Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yes. We've got a great topic today.
We've always got great topics.
And you're listening to Kay and Crystal's Small Business Sorted podcast.
Correct.
Yes, we're very excited about this topic.
And we've switched places this time.
We have. We switched seats so we could mix it up.
Feels a bit odd.
That's good.
Otherwise
we get too comfortable in the one position. So this podcast is going to be about the top 10 mistakes in small business.
Mm. Only the top 10?
Well,
the top 10.
The top 10.
Only 10.
Yes, top 10.
Mm.
The top 10 that we think.
Yes. We'll do some more next time.
Yeah, maybe we'll do the 11 to 20.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's more than just 10.
There probably are.
But really, it's just about, we're just going to be covering and diving into each one of those and just sort of talking from our experiences to what we've had and a bit of experience. So if you've ever made a mistake in your business, you're in really good company here. I'm sure you'll recognize quite a few of them and you may have made them yourself.
And let us know.
Yeah, let us know. And maybe we could stop you from doing a few as well,
yes,
which could be,
so.
And you could not have to go down that road of the hard knocks road, right?
Yeah.
So what is the first one, Kay, that we thought? Mistake number one.
I know the first one that I think of, because I don't have your cheat sheet in front of me, is not knowing your numbers.
Ah, the good old not knowing your numbers. I think that is number one,
Just looking at your sales, either just looking at your sales figures or just looking at the cash in the bank. Either of those is...
Or not knowing if you've made a profit or not.
And therefore... possibly not knowing if you made a profit or not.
So I get that. And without having accurate figures, and I'll give you an example. This week I had a client come in and he's been a client for a while and we were really unhappy with he was doing his own bookkeeping. So he was reconciling all his own stuff. And I said to him, why are you doing that? You're too busy. He's got like 10 staff or 12 staff. It's just crazy. So he wasn't using bills and putting the bills in. He was just...
using Xero?
Yes. So he was just going down and going ding, 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 materials.
Yeah.
So anyway, we've now got all the bills coming in and he's now given it to a bookkeeper. But the bookkeeper he gave to them, she had it for over a month and there was still something like 1,000 unreconciled. And they weren't just questions for him. There was a lot of things in there she could have reconciled. And so we wanted it for the end of month of June so we could see what he was doing. So anyway, he's complained to the bookkeeping company or the place that he's had them. They've actually fired her.
Okay.
Because they realised that she had forgotten that she was doing his account.
Okay.
Can you believe that? So anyway, we've got a good bookkeeper now and the visibility. So we actually could look at what he's done in this last financial week. We haven't had good visibility on that all year. And it's been something I've really been working hard with him to get up to date. And we actually looked at his figures for the first time and we had visibility of the profits that he made, what the sales were. He hasn't seen that for maybe 3-4 years.
Yeah.
And it made such a difference. And even to him, he goes, did I do that? You did 1.7 in sales, which is amazing, right? 1.7 mil. And I just said to him, that's the best you've ever done.
Yeah.
And this is the best profit you've ever made. And I said, how good's that? And now whereas before he kind of knew, but he didn't know.
And of course, having the bills that you need to pay in there is important because if you can reconcile just from the bank, but you're missing anything that you have received that you haven't paid yet.
Do you know what I love about bills? You know, when you pay off a statement, I know they pay that off the statement, but what I like about having the bills in there is that they match the month that you've done the labor.
Yeah. Exactly.
So if you have the bills done with the labor, then you're going to have accurate figures for that month.
Yes.
But if you pay off the statement, you may pay last month's in the next month, and then it doesn't match your labor or your sales, does it?
No. And a lot of people pay off the statement and therefore just reconcile the full amount as materials 2 months later.
Yeah, why do they do that?
Maybe they just don't know better, although it's more work.
It is more work.
It's more
well,
work.
Not really. With Dex, you just take a photo and send it in.
Yeah.
Or email it in.
Yeah. Sometimes the hard thing with paying...
You've got to reconcile the bills to the statement.
Well, you obviously have to reconcile the bills to the statement, but often the statement, they'll give you a credit somewhere that you might not have seen. So then you've got a difference that you have to reconcile, which can cause a problem.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I think it's that visibility of knowing what you've done, also understanding your wages to your sales, and then also seeing what your labor ratio is, also your gross profit dollars. Because if your gross profit margin or your gross profit dollars is less, or say if your industry average is sitting, let's just take trade, like a handyman, you should be sitting up around 55% gross profit, right? With your wages and your materials coming out. And that's your staff wages. And so if you're only sitting at 45, you're leaving 10% of that on the table somewhere and you're not going for it. Yeah. So knowing those figures and knowing that you're undercharging, or that maybe you're forgetting to put all the materials onto the invoice, or maybe you don't know, right? So if you don't have a proper system for that, or understanding that, how do you know where you can improve, And I always feel that's just so important, isn't it? The other thing about numbers, Kay, is cash flow.
Yes.
And your tax.
Yes.
So that understanding all of that as well, right?
You've got to understand what money's coming in and what money's going out.
What's the best way to look at a cash flow?
You know what? Cash flow is actually quite a hard thing.
It is hard. No one does it.
It's not what it,
because it's hard.
It is hard, and you have to put some effort in to do if you want to do an actual cash flow forecast, you have to put some effort in.
So how would you go about doing that if you were to?
I've done it on spreadsheets before.
Okay.
I actually find doing it on a spreadsheet is probably the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
When I've had clients who.
So how do you do it? How do you start that?
You have money coming. You have bank balance at the top, money coming in, days or weeks across the top.
In. So that would be your invoices being paid?
Money coming in, when you expect the money to be paid in.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And then any money out when you expect the bills to be paid.
So like insurance,
wages. I mean, when you actually pay your TLE, if you're a tradie, or your Bunnings, because that's usually on a monthly basis.
Your contractors.
When you expect to pay your BAS, which is quarterly. You have to put all those figures into the spreadsheet.
Yep.
And then you started with your bank balance plus what came in minus what went out comes to your next day's or week's balance. And you have to update it as well with the actuals. So cash flow can be a lot of work, which is why people don't do it. I did it for a couple of clients because I knew their cash flow was
not good.
What's the word? Not good.
Shite.
We had to be, and I think at the time I was actually paying. I actually had control of what was paid.
Oh, okay. So you really needed to know.
I needed to know, can we pay this? Can't we pay it? So, and that's really, but you can now do it in Xero. They have that capability, that functionality.
Yeah, cash flow
forecast. You can do it. Again, though, it requires some work. Xero will pull what it knows.
Yes.
From the past.
But you've got to look at it and see if it's accurate.
You've got to look at it and change it and update it and add in the extra things. So cash flow is not an easy thing to, do, if that's the word.
But it's important to understand, especially if money's tight.
You can try and do it close as some.
Yes.
Most businesses know. Forget the little things. I'm paying $50 for this or $25 for that, or just put the big ticket items in.
Yeah, so then you've got enough cash.
So
in
then, then
especially if you like an e-commerce or you are selling product overseas, or you're getting So say you're selling stuff in the US and the UK, you kind of need to know how much stock you're going to need to ship over and all that, or how you've got to buy your stock in advance.
I mean, in some cases, you don't know what your sales are if you're selling through the internet, like e-commerce and stuff.
Yeah.
Can be up one day, down the next day.
Because you've got average sales. But if something changes,
or if you have a sale on,
you have a sale on, then you double your price. Yeah. You would double your sale, so you need double the stock.
Well, again, potentially. So, I mean, and cash flow, you need to think also about all the amount of money that's tied up in things like stock, inventory. So, it's not.
I
always
always
easy
find
as
the
you think.
worst time of year for cash flow is around when you pay that March. It's around April, because your accountant's probably just done your December BAS. You've got you probably have a bit of your December BAS, but you've probably got your January to March BAS. But then they do your end of financial year for the previous year around that time. And so then you've got part of that money to pay. And then you've got your whatever taxes you need to pay on your profit. And then you've got your personal expenses for that. If they're doing it all at once, you may have your personal finance returns involved in that as well. And your workers' comp comes up in June as well.
Yeah. Workers' comp, though, you can pay. This is where you have to make these decisions.
Yeah.
Workers' comp, you can pay monthly if you want to.
Yes.
I think you get it cheaper if you pay annually, but it's so.
I do mine monthly.
Yeah, I think this is.
I do my super. Well, super now is payday super. You've got to pay now.
Although nobody's complaining about it really.
No, it's
but although
good,
people are upset about it, I think it's actually helping your cash flow because you have to pay it as soon as you pay the wages.
I like
so
it.
You've actually got that issue of when am I going to pay it?
Yeah.
There's no question.
I actually pay the PAYG, the pay-as-you-go tax for your wages.
Monthly.
I pay those monthly as well. So I just couldn't stand the BASs being so high, you know.
I'm sure that they'll have PAYG paid as soon as soon.
I think so too.
It's not going to be long before that's
I think
paid.
You're right. They'll see how easy
it is. Why didn't they do that first? Why didn't they do that first before the super?
Because a lot of businesses aren't paying the super, their super would get, they'd pay that first before they pay the staff super.
Yeah. But cash flow, definitely something you need to look at. You may want to get a bookkeeper to look at it for you.
Your net profit, obviously knowing if you're making a profit or even if you're breaking even. So what would be a tip then for not knowing your numbers? Mistake number one.
Get your bookkeeping up to date was my that's what your tip.
Yeah, I like that.
Keep everything up to date.
Keep everything up to date. And also maybe sit down and at least have a 30-minute review at the end of every month, knowing what your figures are.
Yes. A review,
once you've got all your books up to date, do that.
Yeah, just sit down. I mean, I think with your profit once a month is sufficient.
I think so. And you can always review your job's profitability per job in a job management system. So you could do that as you go. Like you should be checking that when you invoice, you should be looking at what profit you made on that job by adding in all the
to look at it
materials and your labor in there. Or if you are doing project work or whatever, you just got to make sure you've got everything in there.
How do you look at your jobs? In sales
we do
to see if each job is profitable
into the job itself, and it's got
to actually go
and then it's actually got a area where you can see your profits.
Oh, does it?
So as long as you've entered in all your actual hours, it's already got the quoted stuff in there.
All right.
But if you add in your actual hours and your actual materials with the invoices, then that gives you your GP dollars.
So when you put in the materials that you buy for the jobs, you put them against the job in the...
Yeah, we put them both in Xero and in the job management system. They go in two places. Yeah. And the boys have to pay for each job. They have to buy the materials on a separate... So if you go in and buy for 3 jobs, you have 3 different invoices.
I think that's something that a lot of people won't do.
I know. It feels like...
it's a great idea. It's perfect.
Feels like it's a lot of extra hassle for the staff, but once they do it a few times, they don't know any different.
But then otherwise, to do it properly, it's extra work for the admin person.
Yes.
Or whoever's putting the information into the system, so the bookkeeper.
Yeah.
So it's better to have it done at the source.
It's definitely, they do it at
and then it would be pulled through Dext.
Yes.
Data extract, which is what we all use for keeping track of our receipts and things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how we do it. Mistake number 2. Dun, 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 dun.
I don't have the list. Oh, I do actually tell you a lie. I've got my list.
Pricing
too low.
Oh my gosh.
As we keep saying, the things we talk about often,
but undercharging is everywhere, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. If you ask the customer, they'll say no. Who says I was charged too little? Seriously, somewhere there's a definite issue there, isn't there? Maybe the issue is big companies aren't paying their employees enough money to pay the tradies as much money as they should be paying them to do the jobs that they're doing.
But where do you stop and start with that? You know, But I feel like pricing too low, it can lead. Oh my gosh, Kay, it can lead to everything, can't it? It can lead to stress.
Yep.
It can lead to lack of profitability. It can lead to not knowing your worth. It can lead to struggles. It can lead to your business failing.
Yes.
Your cash flow again won't be.
Yep. Everything's affected by it.
Yeah.
I think that should be number one, not number two. Our list isn't really in numeric in order, but
no,
even
but I
so,
think knowing your numbers would be
low,
the biggest mistake.
Yeah,
I
true.
reckon.
If you don't know your numbers, then you can't look at your pricing.
You wouldn't know. Yeah. You wouldn't know to fix it, right?
Yeah. And I think resentment
so why
as
do you
well.
think people undercharge? Why do you think that?
One, they don't know that they're undercharging. They just have no idea. They look at competitors' prices.
Do you think they all do that?
I think everybody does that. Yes.
I don't.
Well, everybody except for Crystal looks at competitors' prices.
I look at, I come across a lot of clients that don't know what their competitors are charging. They wouldn't have a clue. So it's really interesting to do that comparison sometime and just get a feel as to what people are charging.
As a bookkeeper, I think Ignition did a survey.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Ignition is the app I used for sending out my contracts and charging my clients. They did surveys. They did one on bookkeepers, how much they're charging and what they're charging, whether they're charging hourly, fixed fee. They did the same for accountants, which was very interesting.
Yeah.
Just very interesting to know.
The range would be huge.
It is
and
huge.
I know Mahira Hubby was saying that the difference between everybody's hourly rates and stuff was huge across the network.
Yeah.
And I feel sometimes pricing is a mindset and it comes back to how you handled money in your family and what you grew up with. Money doesn't grow on trees.
Yes.
We can't afford this.
Yes. Talked about that before.
Yes, we have. And that mindset often follows you in adult life and how you run your business and how you would charge for your business.
Yep.
So sometimes, charging too much is being greedy. If you make too much profit, you're being greedy. It just depends.
I don't think I'd ever have that mindset.
No.
Maybe I would. Maybe I never have, so I never came into.
I don't know. Did you overcharge?
No.
So you must have had something running there. So to undercharge is sometimes, you don't feel like, or you just go, I wouldn't pay for that, and then you say, well, but you're not the customer. Do you know what I mean? So, but I think reviewing your pricing at least twice a year could be useful. Yeah. And just making sure that you're not too much less than your competitors or you're not too much over there. Well, it doesn't matter if you're over, but somewhere you want to feel like you're making your pricing needs to also reflect your profitability and what you need to make as well.
Yep.
Any tips on pricing too low, Kay?
Well, you shouldn't price too low. It's just something you should not do.
So how do you stop doing that?
You have to charge more.
Simply yes.
What's the answer to the question? Is this a trick question?
But it is. It's true. You need to charge what your company needs you to charge and what you're worth.
Yeah. I mean, you've got to do the calculations.
I know.
I mean, I did.
It's hard though sometimes.
Well, you have to sit down and do it. Yeah. Often that's
and how it's how profitable you want your business to be as well is the key too. Because some people don't need the profits as much. Others, it might be a second business or you don't need the money. So it's more of a lifestyle business. But I guess for a lot of people who have big mortgages and that, you do need to. So that could be a place to start and review. Are you undercharging?
Yeah, it's true. It's not just
can make a huge difference.
It's not just what you need the business to make on its own.
No,
it's how much do you need want to live.
Do I put my prices up? Do I need more work? It's all of that. Sometimes you don't need to get more work in. You could just put your prices up because you were already too low.
Yes.
Or how do you price it?
Yes.
Anyway, that's a huge topic, but that is a mistake number 2 that a lot of business owners make. Mistake number 3.
Trying to do everything yourself.
Trying to do everything
we've
yourself.
Just talked about in our other podcast.
Yes.
Which is a huge mistake that new business owners or any business owner makes, especially when you're new.
Yes.
In the beginning, you have to do it yourself.
Yes.
I think you have to. You're a one-man band. You've just started
You might
out.
have that employee mindset.
I think that, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, you've
Yeah.
got that employee mindset. But I think you don't actually have to, even in the beginning. I have seen business owners start a business and already start with a bookkeeper.
Yeah.
From the beginning, or an admin at least.
Yeah.
I think they're the clever ones sometimes, that they have, delegated some of those. It
and
also helps them.
And then made it work.
And made it work. It also helps them with the setup of the business, because that admin person can help you with your systems, get them set up.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that yourself.
Yeah, I like that.
But certainly going forward, it's definitely a mistake to try and do everything.
And I think that you could become the bottleneck in the business. You could stop your business from growing. You could stop your business from being profitable by
You can become the bottleneck, but you're also not the expert.
Yes.
If you want to do marketing, it might be quicker and more effective to get someone to do it for you than it is to try and do it yourself. So and bookkeeping the same, really.
And sometimes by doing it all yourself, you may be not good at that. So then you're holding your business back from actually doing better. If you does that make sense?
Yeah. What they always used to tell us as a promotional tool in first class accounts was, and I think they've got advertisements on the TV that say you can earn $100 an hour or $150, whatever you're doing what you do. So why are you spending an hour doing your bookkeeping when you can pay a bookkeeper $85 an hour?
Yeah, and they'll do it in half the time.
So wouldn't you rather be out there earning your $150 or the difference at least?
Yeah.
And that to me makes perfect sense.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think the one thing, if you are one of those people that try and do everything yourself, it becomes a habit. It's also a trust thing. It might be that you haven't trained your staff well. And I think a tip for that one would be write something down that you would like, or pick one thing that you do that you could either delegate, outsource, or do it a different way or more efficiently.
Yes. Or get a system.
Yeah.
Implement a system to help you.
It's that sitting down and thinking time again, isn't it?
Yes.
That keeps coming up.
Yes. Yes.
And sitting down and doing that. Yes. So try not to be your bottleneck in your own business, I think is a big one. Oh, mistake number 4.
No systems or processes.
Yeah.
People might have systems, some. A lot of people don't have processes.
What's the difference between the two?
To me, a system is automated. A process doesn't have to be automated. It's not automation. It can be just how you make a cup of coffee or the process.
So I think a system for me is yes, automation, but it's also a place where you have like a CRM or a job management system. Or a Xero. It's a place where you put information into to keep it all in one place so that you can refer back to it. It can give you reporting. It can give you all of that. I think job management systems are great because you could do your quotes in there, your invoices in there, your scheduling in there, your staff hours are in there, or a combination of different systems. A CRM, using that for your leads, like how they're coming in and doing stuff.
I wonder what the definition of a system is. We'll have to look that up because I don't actually know what the definition of a system is. And it probably is broader than what I'm saying. Yeah,
but I like your automation in that too because that does make sense. And then the process for me is exactly like what you said. It's something that it's a process of how do I use marketing? Like I put it on Facebook, I put it on Instagram, or how do I set up a quote, and what do I put in there? Do I put the terms and conditions? I put what the service requirements are.
How do I answer the phone?
How do I answer the phone?
What do I say?
Yeah. How do I greet a client? How do I handle following up outstanding invoices. That's a process, and you would have what they call your SOPs.
SOPs, standard operating procedures.
Yes, standard So that would be like you would have like your playbook or a Bible or a manual, whatever you want to call it in your business, and all of those processes should be written down. A lot of people have those in their head.
True. Yes.
And sometimes they think their business is too small to have that.
Yes.
Doesn't have to be a 100-page corporate document.
It's also something you can use if you do fall under a bus.
Yeah.
Somebody else has to take over.
And can I tell you, for businesses that get sold, that actually make the most amount of, get the best sale prices are the ones that actually have procedures and systems in place.
Yep.
Because that's that automation, auto key thing.
Yep.
You jump in and the business can run almost by itself if you have those in place.
Yes.
So I think if you haven't done that, what would your tip be for someone who hasn't got any systems or processes?
Get a system. Look at what can help you the most, I suppose. And I'd certainly say a bookkeeping, I'd have to say Xero. And I'd also say a job management system. Yeah. Such as Tradify.
And I think I'd look around your industry and see what most people are using.
Yes.
And then go, okay, well, what's the best one in my industry and pick that one.
And bearing in mind, to set up a system will take you some time.
Yes.
It's not an overnight or a simple,
or get someone to help you with it.
You will likely need someone to help. Well, it will speed things up.
Yeah.
If you have someone.
And if you do get staff to do it, make sure that you hold them accountable to doing it. Like you would have to run it almost like a project where you would go, okay, this week I want this, and this done, and you sort of go from there.
I think that's part of systems as well, is having a list of what your staff need to do and when they need to do it.
Yeah. So I think a tip for me would be that set up one system or pick a particular thing and work on that until you get that up and running, and then pick another one and do that. Like, don't try and do all of it in one hit. It's just, it's too much.
And do it at the beginning when you're setting up the business.
Yes.
I'm just talking as a bookkeeper, but the worst thing you can do is get halfway through the year and then set up Xero or QuickBooks.
Yeah.
Set it up from day one.
Day one. It's one less thing you've got to worry about, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you've got accurate figures then to deal with.
Yep. So what's number 5, Crystal? Without looking at the sheet.
Oh, I did look. Hiring too late or too fast. Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Knowing when to hire that extra person, that extra member of staff.
Yeah.
And like I said before, often getting someone on board as you start the business, if you can afford it, it is a good idea.
Yeah.
So most people can't afford it, but a lot of people can.
Yeah.
They've got money from elsewhere that they want to invest in this business, and it's an investment. And as long as you can get the leads and the business.
Yeah. And I think one of the reasons why you would hire too fast is often you have too much work come in, like you're saying, too quickly.
Yes.
And you're desperate.
Yep.
And so you'll hire anybody that vaguely looks similar to the role that you want, and perhaps you don't even have a role or position description written out. So you would hire someone based on quickly.
Yeah.
You wouldn't really vet them that well. And that can cause, I know we've done that, and that has caused, ends and ends of trouble and problems in the business, whether they quality isn't great, then we can lose business. Like we lost a lot of business over one guy. And you can also get someone that doesn't fit the team culture. And we've lost staff, good staff, over this one bad hire. You could get we've had one staff that really was very, very good at his work, but was very, very poor at customer service and really upset the customers and upset the other staff sometimes with his grumpiness and just his attitude to life and everything. So I feel like when you're hiring too fast, what do they say? Fire fast and hire slow. That would be a better way to go about it. And also, if you do have someone that's not great in your business, get rid of them sooner than later.
Yeah.
Just get an HR person in if you need to, if it's going to be really difficult. But if they're not working out, pulling that Band-Aid off is so much better. doing it fast, because keeping someone bad in the business has just so many consequences to your business in the end.
So when you hire, Crystal, where do you
I
recommend?
wonder, hiring too late. Would that be that you missed your opportunity when you had it? So like having an admin person in the business and you may have lost business or something like that if you hire too late.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or you end up being burnt out.
Yes, that's a good point.
I think that's probably, to me, that's what hiring too late means.
Yeah.
You're doing too much. And you should have got that admin person 6 weeks ago.
Or another person to help you.
Or another tradie to help you or whatever.
Yes.
And you do it too late.
And if you don't have your systems or processes right, or a job description for these people, that can cause you a lot of problems as well, right?
Yes. And I think with staff, you need to have all the paperwork.
Yes, you do.
The contract.
Position description.
Everything ready.
And a good induction can make such a difference to your staff. And I know for smaller businesses, it all sounds very corporate, but it's actually one of the most important things you can do in your business. And there's plenty of help around. Fair Work has a great website for all of this. And there's plenty of outsourced HR people around that can help you set that up.
Yeah.
Or some business coaches are quite good at that as well.
But don't employ bookkeepers without a contract, without a...
You'd be surprised how many people have people on their books that don't have a contract.
Which...
doesn't work well if you have workers' comp or insurance claims coming in.
No. So when you hire, where do you usually hire? Do you go through Seek or?
Ooh, that's a tricky one. It depends. Yes, Seek seems to be the best place at the moment, I find. The local Facebook community employment pages can work. Mm-hmm. It works pretty well for admin, I'd have to say, but not so much for trades. There are trade job boards as well. We haven't had a lot of luck with that. However, asking staff if they know anybody can work, and also asking your suppliers. I had one client that paid their supplier $1,000 for every staff member he found him.
Right.
And this guy found him too. And so he went down there and gave him $1,000 in cash. Yeah,
that's a nice idea.
And that really helped him find some really, really good workers.
Yeah.
Mistake number 6. Oh, this is a good one. Avoiding difficult conversations. Oh, my Lord. So why would you avoid a difficult conversation with staff or customers or...
It's funny, isn't it, when you ask why?
Yeah, why would you do that?
I'm struggling to find an answer because they're awkward, because they make you feel
unpleasant.
Unpleasant, yeah.
They are unpleasant.
They are unpleasant because you don't know. You know the reaction is going to be a negative one, I think.
Yeah.
That's why. And nobody likes negative responses to anything. It's never anything good, is it?
No, and I think you don't want to make you look. None of us like having those difficult conversations. They're hard. They make you feel awkward. You're not sure what the reaction's going to be, and you know that you may not have done many. So you haven't got a lot of experience
as well, but you still have to have these conversations, right?
Yeah, but you'd be surprised at how many people avoid them.
Yes,
there might be a need to be liked,
possibly. I haven't had many difficult conversations in my life. I don't think.
You just get rid of them.
No, my staff members. As far as I think, when I had staff, it was done through
Angie,
the Philippines. Yeah, and it wasn't necessarily my job to fire them because they weren't really my employees directly. I did have a girl when I was in Germany working for a British car hire company, and she just, again, I think we'd hired too fast, but we'd just hired the wrong person. She was such a lovely girl. She just couldn't do the job.
Yeah.
And I had to tell her give her a notice.
Yeah, I've done that.
And she was so upset.
It's really hard to do. There's a saying, and I've said this before, that to win respect, with staff or anybody really, it's just a human thing to win respect from other people, is that the ability to have a bad conversation in a nice way is a skill, but it actually helps you win a lot of respect from people.
Probably, yeah. It depends what that conversation is.
Well, we had someone who had really, really bad breath, right? And when we were working in retail, and it was so bad that it was really bad, and we had to have a conversation with her around that. And that was very, very difficult. And, we had to offer to pay, did she need to go to the dentist? What can we do? Yeah. Is there a problem? And somebody with bad BO, we've had to do that a few times, or just, dirty uniforms. I think doing it in a nice way takes a lot of skill and practice. Yeah. But the more you do, I think that it doesn't get easier, but I think that you probably get better at how to have that conversation.
I think that's where a lot of HR consultants come in.
Yes, we've hired HR consultants when we know that person is very difficult to deal with, and we knew that we had to get him out, but it was having that conversation with her in the room to help us with that.
Because if you do, I don't know the details, but if you do want to fire somebody, it's probably best to get some kind of HR advice, because
depending
you
how long
have
they've
to
been
be
there.
Careful how you do it. Just thinking, we know a few HR professionals, and they're all very nice people.
Yeah.
But if you think about the difficult conversations they have had to have, and know that that's part of their jobs,
yeah.
It's interesting. I'd be interested to talk to them and ask them how they feel about it.
I don't think they'd like it. I don't think anybody likes it.
Yeah, no, probably not. They just do it more often. And they're usually impartial. That's the good thing. If you're the business owner and you're firing a member of staff, you're involved in the situation.
Yeah.
It's almost personal. Whereas if you have a consultant come in,
it's less personal.
It's less personal, so they can actually look at it in a completely different light.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it doesn't always have to be around stuff. You could have to have a difficult conversation with your partner. You could have to have a difficult, and then that's very personal because you don't know how. Sometimes that could be a minefield.
I just don't have those at all.
Is that passive aggressive, maybe?
No.
Or you have to have difficult conversations with customers as well. Like you can get very difficult customers. And sometimes you've got to have that difficult customer conversation where actually you don't want to work with them.
Yes.
So you've got to have that as well.
And I know don't know a lot of people, but I've seen it happen where, give an example, a bookkeeper, and this isn't a situation I've really seen, but they start to do a bad job.
Yes.
So that they get fired.
Yes.
So that they avoid the difficult conversation with the client to say they don't want the client anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying that could happen.
Yeah.
Because somebody wants to avoid a difficult conversation.
And there's passive aggressive and then there's aggressive, right? And passive aggressive is when you don't say things, but you avoid it.
Thank you.
But you notice that, but people feel it. But then aggressive, I've had both kind of bosses, and the aggressive can be really hard and harsh and probably done in a very bad way. And they probably get aggressive because they leave it and then it comes out. Whereas passive aggressive was very difficult to handle. He undermined me in every which way that I went, and I really didn't enjoy that.
Probably
it was so stressful.
Probably worse than aggressive.
I think so. It was very
aggressive,
very stressful. I had to leave, to be honest. It was that bad. But so I feel having those, yes, it's awkward, plan it, think it through, get advice on it. Sometimes not having, you don't want to have these difficult conversations with lots of emotion.
No.
You want to have it when you're feeling calm and have thought it through. And what do they call it? The meat and the sandwich. So you do something nice, something bad, something nice.
I haven't heard that for a long time, but yes.
Or you basically just have to have it out just straight away. And I think it makes you a better human being able to do that. It's a skill. It's probably a big fear for people. And people will actually like you and respect you more for you being able to do that. That would be my tip.
Okay. All right, let's move on.
What's your tip? You don't like this conversation at all, do you?
Avoid them.
You really didn't like that conversation. I can see it on your face.
The HR lady's coming in. She's got a job.
I'm just not having this. I'm not doing it. There's no way. Oh, dear. You really didn't like that one. All right. Mistake number 7.
Not marketing consistently.
Oh.
And
I'm guilty of that.
You have to market consistently.
I know. It works.
It does work. Sometimes it doesn't always reap the same rewards or results.
Yes.
As we've seen with people we know, that they can have no business for a while and then suddenly, but their marketing can be consistent.
Yeah.
It can happen.
Yeah.
But you still have to be consistent. Even if you're not getting the leads or the results, you still have to keep going. You still have to keep marketing.
I think what happens when you do this run of you start your business, or you come out of a quiet patch again and you start your marketing and you get going again to get you those leads, right, and sales. And then you get all those leads and sales in. Then why do you stop?
Because you get busy. And you think, I don't know, you don't have time for it, I think is the main thing.
You stop doing it because you don't have time,
I don't think you would stop because you can stop because you think it's not needed anymore.
Yeah.
But,
and maybe when you're busy, you don't think it's coming from there.
Yes. Could be coming from somewhere else, yes.
Yeah, or you think it is. Yeah. But I think it's that combination of marketing keeps you, it creates, people see it, and people need a lot of touch points.
Yes.
It also validates that you're still in business. There was one client, Warren. Mm-hmm. You remember he was in our board meeting, and he hadn't posted anything on any of his social media for 4 years. And a lot of people would have thought that he had stopped being in business.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
You know, what's happened? Why? What? How come?
Yes.
What's going on? And I feel like people are so connected now that they do stalk your business and look at your business, and they try and get those reviews of I guess, confirmation that other people have used you and have said good or bad things about you. So that confirmation is so important. People look for that. I know I do. If I haven't used someone before, I go straight to the reviews and look how many and not many. And I always go to the worst ones. And even if they've only got 3 there, I go to the worst and just want to see what, and then I make my own decision up after looking at the worst. So marketing, not marketing consistently, could also be a skill set. You may not be good at it.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough, yes.
So you might not be great at it. You may get bored of it. You may run out of time.
I can see that happening.
You know, like you run out of creativeness if you're not creative.
Yeah. Yep.
You may be off-brand a bit sometimes. But I feel like that it's like that feast or famine. You know, we have a lot, we don't have a lot. Yeah. And I feel like when you stop when you have a lot, don't do that.
No.
Continue. Even if it's at a lower reduced amount or whatever it is that you're doing, don't stop, because it's so, so hard to start again, isn't it?
Yep. Yes, absolutely.
And you get worn out. Start again.
Maybe do a little bit less.
Yeah.
If you're really busy, but yeah.
Or just do something once a week.
Yeah.
Could be better as well.
Yes.
All right. We're getting close to the end. Mistake number 8, ignoring customer experience. Wow.
Well, that should be up at the top of the list, I think, somewhere.
Yeah. Ignoring customer experience. What is customer experience? That's probably the question to ask.
I suppose how they feel about the work you've done. Not necessarily the work, how you did the work.
Or how customer experience starts even before you do the work, doesn't it?
Yes.
It starts with that reach out from you as a client to them.
Yeah.
and how fast did they get back to you, whether you did it as a website lead or whether you did it as a just phoning them up because you saw their number on a truck or you saw their number on a shop and you give them a call. You have a need, first of all.
Yes.
And then it's the people, how easy are they to find?
Yes, true.
That's customer experience.
Did they answer the phone when you called them?
Did they answer the phone?
Did it
How
take them a
quickly
long
did they
time?
return the call?
Yep.
Then what, after that, how quickly did they schedule you in or do the visit? When did they come? Did you get your quote?
Yes.
Or your pricing that you wanted?
Yes.
What was the rapport like?
Mm-hmm.
Then it's that follow-up.
If it's a tradie, did they clean up?
Yeah.
Something I noticed, but at our house it's not absolutely necessary, is whether they take their boots off at the door. It's because some of them do and some of them don't. I've never had them really ask. It's just they either do or they don't. And I just think it's nice to be asked. For us, we'd say, don't worry.
It's fine.
Don't worry, it's okay. And it's also cleaning up after themselves.
That's my
It's
pet
so
thing.
nice when it's all cleaned up nicely.
Yeah.
So nice because it's not always the case.
It's like when you take your car in for a service and they wash your car.
Yes. But I don't let them wash my
love
car
that.
now because I've got a special car.
You do have a special.
I actually ask them not to wash my car because I don't put it through a car wash
Yes.
because I don't want the brush marks on it.
Yes.
But yes, it is nice to have the car.
Oh, I love that.
And
I'm even happy to pay more to have that. I'm happy to pay more for my service
I
to have
agree.
that. I don't.
The last time I had my car serviced, not that there's anything really wrong with that. I had to take it up to the Blue Mountains to get it serviced, which was fine. But I sort of hoped that they'd call me to tell me it was going to be finished earlier than they had said. But they didn't. And I think it actually was ready.
Yes, but they just didn't call you.
I kind of hung around a bit longer than I...
Oh, so you had to wait for it.
Yeah. I wasn't there. I mean, I think it was just a case of the paperwork wasn't done. So obviously they weren't finished. I was just hoping that I get that extra.
But that's customer service.
Yeah, I was hoping I'd get a bit of extra.
I feel
attention.
when you get great customer service, we all remember great customer service. We all remember bad customer service. But that mediocre customer service doesn't make you want to use them again either.
This wasn't mediocre. It was just I wanted more.
Yeah. But
Anyway,
still, it's not hard to wow a customer, is it?
No, I think I like to be wowed. Everybody likes to be wowed. Yeah.
And I think we don't see that as much. I know in the US and in certain countries, not so much Europe, but it definitely in the US, that customer service, because of the tips and that probably, the tipping culture, makes that customer service that little bit more enjoyable. I know you can get false customer, but their customer service is just that little bit better. And in Australia, our customer service is ridiculously
Something
bad.
I really don't like is false, if you call it false customer service. When people, I went to have a scan done.
Yes.
And the girl was very pleasant, but she was obviously, it was all...
Robotic?
Pardon? Yeah. It wasn't genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you today? Isn't it a lovely day outside? It just wasn't genuine. I could feel it. I don't like that.
It's awkward, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just not. Don't know.
Yeah.
I'd rather
You know what
anything.
I love with the US customer service? You get a glass of iced water every time you sit down.
Well, what I like
we
about,
don't do that here.
What I
wish
like
we
about
did.
coffee shops and coffee is I like it when they give you a little tiny biscuit.
Jim loves that as well. He'll go to all the coffee shops that give him a biscuit. But it's those little things, right, that we all should be doing in our business that make such a difference, that keep customers coming back, that will get them to talk and rave about your business. It's highly underrated. And in Australia, our culture is what happens here is if you don't like that customer service, what do? We
don't go there anymore.
That's right. They'll say, how was everything? You go, it was great, thank you.
Don't say anything.
And we never go back. You never say anything. And we never, ever go back. And so you have to start to wonder why your business is getting quiet. Is it because your customer service has deteriorated?
Yes.
Good question.
So
I like that one.
Tip is
I feel that should be number one, actually.
Yeah.
I agree.
A tip is to improve 3 points in the customer journey.
Yes, so look at your customer journey. So which is a customer journey starts with them making the call to you or the reach out to you, or you reach out to them to remind them of a service or something like that. But that's when the journey, and the journey doesn't finish when they pay you the money. The journey then finishes way after that. So what does that customer journey look like? And what's best practice? What are you doing well? What you're not doing well? I think that's my takeout for this whole thing. I love that one.
Yep.
Forgotten about that. Mistake number 9.
Not planning ahead. You need to know where you're going, to plan where you're going.
I think this is very common.
What do you want?
Yeah. So if you don't plan, does everything feel urgent?
Yes.
And then can that lead to burnout?
Yes. Absolutely.
And how hard is it to plan?
You have to sit down and think about it. It's not hard.
No.
It's time, effort, time.
So planning, like we did our little planning session for the podcast, so it doesn't have to be long and massively documented.
It was exhausting. Think for yourself. It's exhausting.
You didn't like it. But the planning is just like setting a goal. Okay, so if we were to look at, an easy way to say is in 6 months or 1 year's time, how would you like that to look? And that's a plan, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then so if we say, we said we'd like 1,000 views in a month. So how do we get that? We're early days. And then what we then have to make our goals or our strategy around that goal that we've set.
Yep.
So for you, it could be in your business, it could be, well, just understanding what your numbers are, for instance. How much revenue do I need to make this much profit, or how much profit do I want? Or how much, I need to know how many quotes we're doing every day, or what is my profit per job?
Yes.
That could just be a simple plan, and then how do you do that?
Yep.
Or if we're growing 20% every year, when do I put that new staff member on?
Yeah.
As another plan. Or when do I need a new truck? Or when do I need to put a new admin staff on? Or do I need a new computer for the office? Or when do I need to grow? So I need to find new, bigger customer. Do I only have one big customer? Is that a risk?
Yes.
So I feel like not planning ahead is a big one. So maybe, Kay, for this one, choosing 3 priorities for the next 90 days.
Yeah. Yep.
Just break it down into that.
Yep. And a plan doesn't have to be something wonderful.
No.
I've actually got a board at home.
Oh, yeah.
I've actually got goals and strategy, which is sort of a similar sort of thing.
Well, a strategy is the big picture and the goals make the strategy.
I think you have the goal and then you do the strategy to achieve the goal. No?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, that's the way my
I think
brain
there's different ways. There's different models.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be anything. It can be on a whiteboard. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. So you set your vision or your KPI, and then you do the the goals or whatever.
Yes.
What do you want to achieve, and then how you're going to get there is probably the simple way to say.
Do our vision. I think we know what our vision is, but it's kind of nice to do a vision.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
What would be our vision?
I don't know. To be famous.
Speak for yourself.
Famous podcasters. What's your vision?
I think my vision is to have fun.
That was it. Yes.
And yours is fame. Well, you can have that. I'm not interested in that. But I think to have fun and to be. I think if our podcast can help someone, that would like recognition that what we're doing works.
Yep.
Would be my goal out of that. Like people find useful stuff out of it would be good for me. The last question. Ooh.
Not looking after yourself as the owner.
Yes.
Yeah, that's you need to look after yourself, whatever you do.
I think not looking after yourself in a business is quite high often. I think you look after yourself when things are all going well. But when things are not going well, I think you tend not to look after yourself, which is probably, or maybe when things go well, you don't look after yourself. But I feel burnout can affect a lot of your decision making in the business. Burnout can affect your behavior. Burnout changes your mood. Burnout makes your motivation disappear.
Yep.
You may not be as passionate about your business anymore. You may have been doing everything yourself for too long.
Yep.
And you're just not looking out for yourself. That work-life balance is such a. I'm very passionate about that.
People don't seem to talk about that so much.
No, they don't.
These days, do they? It's odd. Or people don't talk to me about it much.
No, they used to though.
Yeah,
back
it used
in the
to
day,
be the big thing.
Maybe those were in times of good times or something. Work-life balance was important. I don't know, but I feel like it's really important because if it's your business and you are the decision maker, you got to set a good example, don't you?
Well, yes.
And if you want to have a happy, fulfilled life, you've got to look after yourself. If you want a happy relationship, you've got to kind of look after yourself. If you want you to be around with your kids or whatever, you've got to look out for yourself.
You need to put time aside for yourself, I think
How do you do that for you? What does that look like for you?
I'm a member of the Mazda MX-5 club.
Oh yeah.
And I go on drives.
You do?
Probably about once a fortnight with the club.
Yep.
And Sunday we went to the Blue Mountains.
Yes.
And had Christmas in July. So that's how I escape.
You go to the gym every day?
I
or you
don't go to the gym, but I exercise at home. I have a room or a gym at home.
Yeah.
So I need to do that for my own sanity. It's a bit of an obsession.
Okay. And you do that daily?
I do it daily, except if I'm doing podcast recording on the Central Coast.
Will you do it tonight then?
No, I'd never do it.
I can
never make myself do it in the evening.
In the evenings, yeah, I'm a bit the same.
But yeah, fitness is a...
I think what I do is I love psychology and stuff, so I'm always reading up and learning more about myself, and I'm always doing lots of different courses on how to improve yourself. Like I've just done the NLP course again. And then I think for me, going to the gym 3 or 4 times a week is important. Eating well is important for me too. And we've got that house up at the Blue Mountains, but I love getting out in the bush and just getting away from it all, like in that sort of environment just calms me down.
Yeah.
And I like my cat.
I like my 3 cats.
Yeah. And that's
of the time.
Me looking, I guess that's how I sort of definitely make sure that, and I go on regular holidays as well. I know you do. So Jim and I will plan at least 3 holidays every year, and I'll book them and pay for them at the beginning of every year. And that way we're forced to go. Yeah. And it doesn't matter how hard it feels like to leave the businesses, we always do it. And so that's our ways of looking after yourself. I don't know, everybody has different ways of looking out for themselves, whether it's exercising or whether it's surfing or whether it's golfing or but exercise is an important part of all of us.
Absolutely.
You know, eating well, sleeping well. Sleeping well is a big thing I like to do. Always try and make sure that I have regular good sleep is important.
So let's do a few quick fire questions at the end.
Yeah.
So which you can pick one and I'll pick one.
All right. What's yours?
Which mistake causes the most damage?
Whoa. Okay. I would say the most damage would be not knowing your numbers, because I feel that has a flow-on effect on everything. The second one for me...
You're not allowed to have 2.
Okay. Well, what's yours?
I think I like the one about the customer.
Yeah. Ignoring customer experience.
Which one did I say was going to the top? Pricing too low.
Ignoring customer experience.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you can ask one of the questions.
Okay. So the next the quick fire. Okay. Mine is not knowing your numbers.
You had that before. You can't have it again.
I can't have it again. Okay.
Which one was it?
Which one out of these 10 mistakes is the most common? Okay.
Pricing too low.
Yes. And probably running not far behind that is not looking after yourself.
Yes.
Or not planning ahead.
Yep. I'm going to ask one more question. What if someone feels they're making all 10 mistakes?
I think you shouldn't panic.
Yep. So pick one. Pick one of them and start working on it.
Yeah, I think to start, pick one and start working on it.
Yeah.
We'll put these 10 mistakes, and with a little bit of what you can do around them, we'll create a document and we'll put it on businessgrowthcoach.com.au. If you go under resources, we've got a few checklists and stuff there. I think this one could be a good one.
Yes.
And it could be a good one to put next to your desk, and just, even if it's each month, pick one and just say, how can I improve this? Am I making this mistake?
Yes.
Or circle 3 or 4 that you think you're doing and start working on that. And I think you'll find that you can improve your business so much more. And you've been listening to Kay and Crystal's Small Business Sorted podcast, and it's been really lovely having you listen.
Yes.
And we hope you get a lot out of it.